Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special crypto-themed Monday morning podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to play a bit of a ranking game with the top 10 cryptos by market cap, and then I'll introduce a couple alternative ways to rank them. Now, no doubt, this will probably ruffle some feathers as everyone has their favorite coin. So feel free to get in touch and shred me if you disagree. But next week, I'll have my buddy and crypto expert, Ryan Dinse, on to see how right or wrong I am with my ranking system. And we'll have a chat more generally about what's happening in the world of monetary policy, how that feeds into the crypto world, and just generally spin a yarn. I'm sure if you're into crypto, you will enjoy that chat. And before I get to the rankings, I want to give you some broad commentary about the market. So, first of all, markets are experiencing a reasonably significant drop at the moment, and Bitcoin in US dollar terms is hovering just below the 30K mark. I've long maintained that this support level is a crucial line to defend, and anything below that may trigger some increased selling. In the coming days, it'll be really interesting to see if that holds as stock markets threaten to correct in a reasonably significant way. Now, bear in mind that the S&P 500 has not experienced a correction of 5% or more since October of last year. And in markets, that's a really long time. So it's a bit of a cat and mouse game at the moment. And I honestly think this is the market trying to shake down the Fed, governments for more QE, lower interest rates for longer, and more stimulus. And recently, Christine Lagarde of the ECB pulled a Jerome Powell, who's the head of the Fed, and basically said that they're happy to see inflation run hot in Europe. And that's not very surprising. I don't think it's panic stations just yet, but there's a bear case to be made for markets, and that may feed through to Bitcoin if it pushes below that US dollar 30K mark. So with all that in place, let's get to the rankings. And keep in mind, I'm more of a small caps oriented guy, especially with my service. And Ryan Dinse will be on next week to educate me. So you're probably familiar with this. This is the market cap rankings. So it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, US dollar coin, XRP or Ripple, Dogecoin, Binance USD, and Polkadot. So that's just how much they're worth out there in the market. But I'm going to introduce two different ranking systems. And the first one is the usefulness rankings. So with that, I put Ethereum at number one, particularly because of all its DeFi applications, which is a very exciting part of the crypto market. Then I put Bitcoin. That may be controversial, but I'm just generally going off of sort of applications and real world use cases here. I could be wrong. That's where Ryan Dinse comes in. Next, I've got Tether, US dollar coin, Binance Coin, then Binance USD, then Cardano, Polkadot, Dogecoin, and then XRP or Ripple. I've never really rated Ripple, and feel free to disagree, but from what I've seen of Ripple, it's probably too much of a centralized project. And given this decentralization ethos in crypto, Ripple for me doesn't really strike me as fitting that mold. I'll get back to some discussion of why I rank them that way in a bit, but I want to move on to the worthy of investment rankings. So this one is partly informed by current market activity, whether that's stock markets or cryptos. So I've ranked Bitcoin as number one, Ethereum as number two, Cardano number three, Polkadot number four, Binance Coin number five, and then the three stable coins there. So that's US dollar coin, Tether, then Binance, then Dogecoin, and then Ripple, my least favorite. So I've sort of clumped together the three stable coins there, US dollar coin, Tether, Binance USD. Towards the bottom half though, because really with the stable coin, they're useful, but they're not so much an investment. You may as well be doing Forex, in my opinion, or foreign exchange trading if that's your area of interest or expertise. And I've also ranked US dollar coin above Tether or Binance USD because for me, US dollar coin is a slightly more stable coin, if that makes any sense. And also, there is sort of a general concern about Tether being backed by commercial paper, and the fact that it's not perfectly sort of representing US dollars. Ryan Dinse, for example, doesn't think that's a major issue, and the widespread use of Tether sort of provides the stability to that stablecoin. So he'll definitely be on next week to have a chat with me and explain whether I'm right or wrong. And we may even have a well-founded disagreement there. But Dogecoin I've ranked above XRP or Ripple because it's a joke, but it's a useful joke, and sometimes jokes are useful. And it's better to have a decentralized joke than a centralized serious coin in some ways. So that's why I've ranked those two 9th and 10th in both of my alternative ranking systems. As for Bitcoin, I genuinely think Bitcoin is a legitimate hedge against inflation, particularly given what we're seeing a lot of these central banks do. And that is up for debate, but I am firmly on the side of Bitcoin being a inflation hedge. Ethereum, well, we know from the crypto crash most recently that it shed more than Bitcoin. And that's partly because it's viewed as a more speculative asset. But then there are, again, so many applications built on Ethereum. And then I've placed Cardano there as an alternative to Ethereum, sort of same co-founder, but different sort of methodology. From my understanding, it's proof of stake, not proof of work. And Ethereum, from my understanding, is also moving to a proof of stake system, whether that eventuates in the near future or medium term. I've actually not got a handle on that, and that's where Ryan Dinse comes in. But then going back to that usefulness rankings, I think for me, Ethereum ranks higher on the usefulness scale than Bitcoin, even though El Salvador is now using Bitcoin as legal tender. But those three, so Tether, I've got three stable coins that come after Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I think Tether perhaps a more useful stable coin than, say, USDC or Binance USD, because it's just more widely used. And in many ways, usefulness is determined by how widespread the use is. And then I've got Binance Coin in there because Binance is an absolutely massive platform. And there are some, regulatory concerns emanating out of China, particularly in light of their digital yuan launch, as well as some more recent crackdowns on what the government deems to be anti-competitive practices. And I sort of take that to be a sort of general theme. I don't think Binance is going to disappear overnight, but there is some pressure emanating from that part of the world, which you should be maybe not concerned about, but mindful of and wary of. And then, that sort of wraps up the rankings for me. Again, crypto, very easy to understand from a macro perspective, in my view. But as for the actual technicalities and practicalities, that's where Ryan Dinse comes in. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with him next week and bringing you a more rounded conversation. And we'll see what his rankings are and where we disagree or agree. It'll be really fascinating to figure that out. And I hope you tune in for that. And you'll hear from us soon. As always, like, subscribe, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Have a good one.